Hey folks, I'm here with Steve from RediRig. You want to tell me about your
Planer floats.
planer float? Explain what this is.
Sure. It looks original because it is. There's nothing quite like it out there. I call them planer floats because they're not boards. They don't have lead weight in them to keep them real heavy. They've got I'll show you an automatic release clip that's made with them that you can use. It's a real benefit to not being able to take them off like traditional boards, but it's a planer float. It's all float-based design. It's just traditional hard plastics that you use here, all stainless steel products that won't rust, those types of things. But with our product, if you're going out trolling and you've done planers before, it's a pain in the butt sometimes when you got to take planers off. You've got to undo them. Somebody's got to undo them at the boat. You might lose your fish there. Half the time you're dragging your planer floats through the water and you're just fighting the planer instead of fighting a fish. So we try to do something where I'm not fighting the tackle. I want to fight the fish, right off the bat. So you can use whatever lures that you want. If you're using a big lip crankbait, our large ones can hold pull a big limp crankbait and up to about 3-4 ounces and maybe a jet 30 or 40. But you just put that on a leader. It goes up to your main line, and what you want to do is just a simple barrel swivel that moves. So you want to make sure that it just twists around a little bit so you don't get line kinkage. Then you go to your main line right here. So that's pretty much it. Besides, what's most important is this bead stop right here. Whoop. Sorry.
I gotcha.
There's a bead stop that's right here that goes right to your barrel swivel.
What does that do?
What that does is it does not have the planer come down, because what you'll see is it'll slide down and your planer will stop right on the bead. So it doesn't hit your fish, it doesn't slam into your fish, and it doesn't impede anything with the fight.
Okay.
So what you're doing, that'll have place. So you top this in the water, okay, you'll take this, drop it in the water, you drop this, and you'll let out as much line as you normally would with any kind of planer. So your planer or your lure's in the water, it's back 80 feet, 100 feet, doesn't matter. So once it's back, what you want to do is there's a snap clip that's on here, and a simple snap clip, and what you want to do is put your line right in there. So once your line is on the clip, you want to close that back up. So now it's on your line. It's not going anywhere. That's what takes it. It's not going to float away on you, but it's going to stay right there on your line. Once that's attached, there's a spring-loaded top here that opens up 2 rubber grips. You can see how that opens up. So once that's open, what you want to do is you want to take it and just take your line and pinch it. You don't want to wrap it around. You don't want to do anything. What you want to do is just really just pinch the line right there, not wrapping around so it's grabbing your line.
When the fish hits,
at that point, now it's attached to your line. Drop it over the side of the water. It's going to float. It's going to drive like this. It's going to go away from your boat just like any good planer. When the fish is back here and the fish hits the planer and you hit him, it pops out of the rubber grips. Once it's out of the rubber grips, now you can reel it and fight the fish directly, and you're not worrying about anything. And now once that bead stop comes in, as you're reeling it back up to your line, it stops right there. You got your lure and your fish right here. You just net your fish, and everything comes right back into the boat. And easy peasy, just take it off and redo it again.
Cool.
And that's all it is. That's the RediRig Stealth planer floats.
You got one that's
yep,
I'm gonna say kayak size.
Yeah, we made those for our kayak fishermen and our in-lake fishermen. If you're fishing large lakes like Lake Erie or Great Lakes, you want to maybe the larger one, because it'll hold up to about 4 ounces of weight, and those big lip crankbaits that you might use out there. With the smaller ones, all you're going to be using maybe is a Rapala, maybe just a simple little inline lure. But the small ones go great with a kayak, because obviously you can sit them inside a kayak and it's not going to take up a lot of room. It's not going to take up a lot of your yak space, and so that's one thing that's real nice about those.
Cool. That allows you to, overall you get a spread of at least 4 lines.
Yeah, you can fish now in Lake Erie waters and Ohio waters. I think it's 3
lines.
3 lines per man, so you can fish 1 out the back, and then you get 2 out a little bit further away from each other. And what's nice about that is you can get the 3 normal ones, but they're going to be gliding right next to each other. If you get 3 lines straight on the back of the boat. They're just going to come together eventually. Nothing's going to keep them apart, and you're going to get tangled, and you're going to get a lot of issues and problems there. With ours, you take them, they spread them out away from the boat and you, so when something hits, it's not tangled up, it just moves to the back of the yak. You fight the fish and bring it right back in, and simple, easy to do. You're not fighting the tackle, you're fighting the fish.
Awesome.
And one of the other great benefits that I've realized out there, especially because I'm running 3 lines, I get a fish on one of these lines, I don't have to worry about my opposite line, because this planer float is keeping that line away from my drive, keeping it away from my motor, and keeping the fish from wrapping up in there. So, you know, not only does it get the line away from your boat, it's also controlling that opposite line that you're not fighting the fish on, because it's keeping you from sucking that in and wrapping your line in your prop.
Cool. Well, I'm sold. I'm going to get one, and we can use it on...
Yeah, we'll use it on Monday.
Cool.
Out when we pre-fish for
Awesome.
the Lake Erie Walleye Trail.
Right on. Appreciate it,
There you go. Okay, take care, guys. Be safe out there.
Well,